Hey YouTube! Welcome back to my Random Thoughts on Thursdays, and this week I'm going to be talking about perceptions. So, when it comes to me being an online presence, obviously I have a YouTube channel, as you can tell, and I have actually been online since the early 1990s. I started off with Usenet groups, internet relay chat, etc., and have since moved on, like with the web when that started becoming more popular, having my own websites, going onto forums and things, various different chat networks, etc. So I've had quite an online presence for a very long time now. My current presence with this particular name, the Kleineganz name that is with this YouTube channel, and I've got Facebook and Pinterest and Twitter and all that stuff tied into it. That persona has kind of existed for a few years. I had various other personas or online identities that I used earlier in the earlier internet days that I had, because everyone kind of liked using anonymous nicknames from the beginning. Nowadays, more and more people are actually using their real names online, but I don't know, for some reason, in the early days of the internet, people just kind of liked coming up with nicknames for themselves. Now, my persona that I have online, it's basically me. It's not like I'm pretending to be somebody that I'm not. I can't. The few times I've tried to pretend to be something I'm not, or try to act like I'm somebody that I'm not, I just dissolve into a fit of giggles every time, because I seem to be completely incapable of acting like, or trying to be like, something that I'm not. So my online personas have all been basically the same persona, my persona, who I am as a person, just with different names, basically. I think one of my earliest ones was, I named myself Moonflower. Don't ask, long story, but for anyone watching this, if you were on either Undernet or FNet back in the early 90s and you knew someone named Moonflower, hi! Anyway, so where I'm getting with all of this is, when I'm online, when I'm in a text-based environment, especially over the last, let's say, 10 years or so, I've really noticed that I tend to be what's called a troll magnet. Trolls love to pick on me, because I tend to be very sincere online, and I tend to try to perceive other people as being sincere as well, and I tend to miss sarcasm when it's happening, especially in a chat room, or snarky remarks or such things. I mean, sometimes you can tell if it's a snarky remark based on the context of the conversation, but oftentimes I can't tell. And so I take everything very seriously that people say. I take it very sincerely, because I'm always serious and I'm always very sincere when I'm chatting online. But people tend to take what I say the wrong way. They tend to take what I say out of context, or they put a voice or a tone onto what I'm saying based on their current mood. So if they're currently feeling frustrated or angry or pissed off, they tend to have that voice when they're reading other people's text messages. And so they'll see something I've written, but they'll read it in that kind of angry or sarcastic tone of voice in their head, and they will take what I've said completely out of context. And so then they'll get mad at me, and they decide that they don't like me, and then, things just keep building from there. Admittedly, I'm probably the common denominator in all this, because I tend to attract that type of person. They tend to like attacking me. I honestly don't care if they do or not. I don't really take, especially when it starts getting to that level, I don't really take it that personally, because, I don't know them. They don't really know me. They think they do, but they don't really know me. So, they have this perception of me that is completely based off of how they perceive themselves in a way. At least that's how I'm interpreting it, because I perceive others the way I perceive myself when I'm in a text environment. I tend to be a very sincere person. I tend to say what I mean, and I mean what I say. I don't beat around the bush. I don't say one thing and mean another type of thing. And so I just assume in my head when I'm reading other people's messages that they're the same way. And obviously they're not always that way. That's a false perception on my part, as much as these people perceiving me in a negative light is a false perception on their part. It just happens. But when I decided to get onto YouTube, because I've been such a troll magnet in the past, I somehow originally assumed that I was going to draw lots of haters, lots of trolls onto my channel. I'd have lots of hate comments on my videos and things. And that's one thing that I've actually been very surprised about. If you look at any of my past videos, gaming videos, vlogs, whatever, you won't find any truly sincere trolling kind of messages or haters or anything. No one telling me I'm too fat or that I need to get off the web or whatever. I mean, I see all these comments like that on lots of different YouTuber videos. I love reading the comments, and I very often will interact with people through the YouTube comments on other people's videos. And so many people are like attacking them. You know, you'll have like a core fan base of people who really love that particular YouTuber, but there's a percentage of people who just go on there to just basically talk shit. Sorry for my language, but that's what they're doing. And I so far have not had people do that to me, and I actually have been very surprised. But my thinking is that possibly, so when you have like text-to-text communication, you know, you have your own inner voice reading the text that you're, that the person's typing. But when you're watching a video, you can't put your own inner voice on what I'm saying. You have to hear it in my voice, the way I am intending it to be communicated. You can hear the tone in my voice. You can hear that I'm not being sarcastic. You can hear that I'm trying to be sincere. And so I'm wondering if the same people who tend to like trolling me in forums and chat rooms and things, I don't know how many of them have ever seen my actual videos, but you know, there are trolls all over YouTube as well. But when they see my videos, the few that probably have seen them, they haven't felt strongly enough to come and actually say something negative about my video. You get plenty of thumbs down, you know, things, which is somewhat of a trolling type of thing as well. I mean, admittedly, there could be a percentage of those thumbs downs that are sincere, like, hey, I really didn't like this video, thumbs down. You know, fair enough. However, I really would love if people really didn't like my video, if they would tell me why. I mean, if it's a sincere thumbs down, tell me why you didn't like it. If it's a trolling thumbs down, tell me as well, because at least I'll have some perception of how many people out there are trolling, you know, are actually trolls and are just telling me they don't like my video because they're just basically a bully. Or for people who sincerely didn't like it and give me a critique and say, hey, you know what, if you said a little bit less, I would enjoy your videos more. Or, gee, if you filmed outside more often. Or, gee, if you, like honest, sincere feedback about my channel to tell me what you like and what you don't like and what I can improve on. Because that's the other thing, is I appreciate feedback and I do try to act on it. So if someone tells me, hey, would you mind, doing this a little differently, I think it would be more interesting, I would take that comment to heart and I would see what I could do to incorporate making that kind of a change in my videos, my vlogs, my gaming vlogs, whatever. And so I've really appreciated sometimes actually getting that kind of feedback. People so far have been giving me lots of positive feedback on my videos, which I really appreciate. So for all of those of you who have given me feedback in the past, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. But sincerely, if there is something about my videos that bothers you, let me know too. I really want to know. But that's the crux of my point of this video, is the fact that I think people are perceiving me in a completely different light when they can see my face, they can hear my voice, they can hear the tone that I'm intending with what I'm saying, and they perceive that very differently from if they just saw this written down in text. So anyway, that is basically all I wanted to talk about today. So thanks for joining me. Until next week, bye-bye.